You seem to be a big fan of his. It's what I hear.
No, Elizondo is a paid disinformation person. And
How convinced are you of that?
100%.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're going to be taking a look at Dr. Stephen Greer, who went on air on podcast and made a claim, as you just saw, that Luis Elizondo is a disinformation agent. So that's pretty significant. A lot of credibility has been placed on Greer since Jake Barber, etc., and all the journalists like Ross Coulthard, very credible. He vouches for Barber, and Barber vouches for Greer. Okay, so, and Greer is calling Luis Elizondo a disinformation agent, mainstream disinformation agent, right? And so many people have put credibility on Lou as well, so it's really weird to see. So I wonder if the implant and all that was not a true thing, you know. So we're gonna be taking a look at all the angles, some new news. Yeah, subscribe, notifications on to not miss a thing, because we upload every day. We're trying to grow and reach 500 subs. We need that watch time. Put on the all playlist and leave that on, okay? And without further ado, grab your snacks, grab your popcorn, and let's watch this video. Stay till the end, because that's where the best parts are.
You know, a lot can happen very, very quickly.
Where do you see the level of interest in wanting to know this? Because everything is about the level of interest of an administration, right?
Correct.
Where's the level of interest with them?
Well, look, in the couple of months since the election, right? I mean, it's been just chaos trying to put that together. And so I have gone to various meetings to provide information initially. And I know others are doing that. Unfortunately, some of the others doing it are known counterintelligence operatives who are providing false information. So I, briefly had a quick chat with Don Jr. at a meeting, and he had been taken in by a known counterintelligence person named Luis Elizondo, who is someone working to intercept these whistleblowers and then turn.
You seem to be a big fan of his. It's what I hear.
No, Elizondo is a paid disinformation person. And
how convinced are you of that?
100%. I have an email from the top guy at the CIA who was there when Ronald Reagan wanted to know about this when he was running for governor, who was a very young postdoc, and he immediately wrote and said this is what he's doing. Now, recently, Mr. Elizondo has started saying more correct information. Initially, he said, all of these objects out here, we don't know what they are or how they fly. Now he's admitting we have the man-made ones. And I'll tell you, the mass majority of the UFOs people see, they're not from outer space. They're not alien. They're ours. But they have dangerously been used in false flag operations and deceptive operations, what the Pentagon calls a deceptive indication and warning, or deceptive INW. The pop culture would be false flag, which means you just set up a decoy, you set up a false operation. So that was his primary responsibility when he first emerged, was to gaslight officials, gaslight Congress, and intercept witnesses.
That's a job, right? So
it's a very big job, and there are a lot of people like that out there in what we call the legacy UFO subculture. They're embedded. I mean, they're not going to wear a sign that say, "Hey, I'm from, this operation."
So I do know that there's been a lot of claims about Jake Barber being a asset as well, a disinformation agent, and Barber has claimed that he has went to one of Greer's events to basically try and catch whistleblowers and report it to the FBI or some shit like that. And yeah, he's part of the paramilitary of some 3-letter agency, right? And supposedly that is even higher than the Navy SEAL, so it's pretty significant information to consider, right? And yeah, it's really odd how all this conflict is happening between factions within the UFO community, right?
It's important that we hear all people's perspectives, and yes, even the ones that maybe have some very interesting or unorthodox ideas, they deserve a voice too. But what we don't do is have a right to drown other people out. And I look at people's behavior. I've had people tell me, one person had there was one individual that was really from day one attacking me, who never met me, had no idea, and it was just telling lies about me. And so, I made the off the cuff comment, I don't deal with terrorists.
All right. I'm going to assume then that you're not going to take up Dr. Stephen Greer on his offer to have a online live debate on third phase of Moon then.
Who's Greer?
There you go.
I'm kidding. Look, I don't negotiate with terrorists, bottom line.
It wasn't that I was accusing the person of being a terrorist. It was simply, look, like we have the U.S. policy. I don't respond to intimidation, right? So if you want me to do something, just ask. Don't create a circus, because that I will not support. That's just for selfish gain for somebody trying to get attention. And of course, I say something like that, and people take it out of context, and they will use those type of words as weapons, because they haven't looked into, other than an inch deep, what we're trying to say, what we're trying to communicate here. And so this happens a lot of times in this topic with other individuals as well. Somebody says, I don't like chocolate ice cream, and then someone comes out with a post saying, Luis Elizondo hates ice cream. Well, no, that's not what I said. I don't prefer chocolate ice cream. I prefer strawberry or vanilla or pistachio or bubblegum or whatever. So, and I'm sure in the media, you as a reporter probably face the same thing sometimes. I'm sure that sometimes when you're writing an article, you get a little email that someone says, well, I didn't agree with this, or I didn't appreciate that. Well, I can respect that. You don't have to agree with it. But as far as appreciating it, the motivation, don't assign false motivations to something. And so that's a challenge we have right now in this conversation, because everybody, I think, I shouldn't say everybody, forgive me. Let me clarify. A lot of people see an opportunity to exploit this conversation for whatever personal or private purpose they want or have. And I don't think that's fair, because this is a conversation that's so important that we all, everybody deserves a seat at the table, but it's a round table.